Remember the early days of UA marketing when ad platforms were full of customization options and users would click on anything? Yeah, not so much anymore. Today, users experience more ads, so they click less, which makes winning clicks a race for attention and engagement. And since creatives with the most engagement are shown more, better creatives lead to higher conversion rates. But it's not always easy to come up with good ideas. You need someone extremely creative and to think about user intent and psychology. But even if you're Picasso who's good with numbers or a psychologist with a degree in Facebook, it's still tough to replicate a creative winner because your goal isn't actually about creating one good ad. It's about coming up with hundreds of creative assets over time. So when you eventually find a winner, and you will, you'll want to double down on it. So in this video, I'll go over how to actually come up with good ad ideas, test creative assets, and find your winning needle in a haystack that leads to high conversion rates. But before we dive in, first stop wondering what's going to work. There's no way to know, so there's no point thinking about it. And instead, do this. The first step is to look outside your company. When you're coming up with creative concepts, enlist the help of a few extra minds to get those creative ideas flowing. Hire freelancers or agencies. Work with content creators who already know their platform. Get inspired by your competitors and use AI to visualize rough ad concepts. Mainly be open to new ideas and don't be overly protective of your concepts. In step 2, shift from thinking big to thinking small. And what I mean is create a bunch of smaller assets rather than one big ad campaign. So instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, create 10 different images, 10 different taglines, 10 different video clips, and 10 different intro texts, all genuinely different, and let the ad platforms mix and match assets for the best results. When approaching your target audience content options, try calling them out directly. For example, if you're a new parent, this app is for you. Or call out their true desire, like their need for belonging, safety, or control. You can also try on different brand tones, like being more direct, playful, candid, or informed. Even if you have a consistent brand voice for marketing, a different tone might inspire more people to act. Now, how should you approach brand messaging? Well, you'll want to base this on your customer's level of awareness. What I mean by that is how familiar are potential users with the problem you solve and the solution you offer. Here's a breakdown of the different levels of customer awareness levels and how you can adjust your messaging accordingly. For audiences that are totally unaware of the problem you solve, educate them on it. Share your story and explain why this issue matters to you. If they're aware of the problem but not your solution, lead with the main pain point, how your product solves it, and the benefits you offer. If they're already product aware, provide social proof and lead with your unique selling point, aka your USP. If they're already aware of your product, create a feeling of scarcity and a reason to act now. Lastly, if they're already using your product, simply tell them your offer, like 50% off premium plans for the next 30 days. In step 3, focus on your hook rate. Your hook rate is how long it takes to grab your audience's attention. The faster you grab it, the more likely they are to click. So in the first 3 seconds, you want to either identify their pain, use social proof, play with humor, state a fact, or ask a rhetorical question, so they stop scrolling. In step 4, you'll want to create different visual assets, i.e. put the focus on your product or people or animals or app characters. You can also test out color psychology. For example, yellow creates a feeling of positivity, while red creates urgency and black inspires power. Keep your visuals simple, clutter-free, and with minimal on-image text. Of course, it's always better to use high-quality images or even video, which the industry is mainly focused on right now. But like all of your other creative assets, test, test, test. Speaking of testing, let's move on to step 5, testing creative assets. The good news is, there's no one way to do it. This gives you the freedom to build your own way of testing, and if something doesn't work, try another way. But I do have a few recommendations for you to consider. Try testing new ad concepts on Android before iOS because it's usually cheaper. You can also try out new concepts in cheaper countries like India. To maximize your budget, remix your assets by making variations with a new end card, intro, visuals, or voiceover. By creating smaller testing campaigns, you'll better understand what's working without disrupting your existing campaigns. What about the age-old question, will my ad work on different platforms? In step 6, test your ads on different channels to see what works. Because the truth is, some creatives work well everywhere, while others only work on one platform. And while you can usually reuse a winner on similar platforms, it depends. Their network is a bit mysterious, so don't take anything too personal. Just keep testing concepts until you find a winner. And by having a mobile measurement partner, an MMP, you'll compare results in one place so you can better track what's working and where. Now you're probably wondering, how often should I test? And the answer is simple, always. But once you find a winner, milk it for all it's worth. Reuse your winning concept and adapt it to different channels and make variations to extend its life. Because sooner or later, people will get tired of seeing your ad and it will stop working, which is known as creative fatigue. So in step 7, watch out for creative fatigue. That's when you see your winning campaign getting less clicks and notice your ad has had a drop in impressions per minute, IPM, coupled with stagnant costs and a rising expected cost per impression, eCPI. You'll want to flag it right away as it leads to budget loss and a decrease in ROI. So there you have it, 7 steps to create winning ad campaigns. Now what should your takeaway be? Look outside of your company for creative ideas. Try to do more of the same, but also try to do ridiculously different stuff and test both in parallel, always. Your journey to finding a winning ad campaign might not sound easy, but it will be worth your effort when you finally find the one. And trust us, the numbers will prove it. And of course, if you have any questions, drop them here in the comments and we'll try our best to get them answered for you. In the meantime, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.